whether the bulls are correct. They say it's getting longer. Is that true? Let's ask Dan Greenhaus of Solus Alternative Asset Management here with us once again at Post 9. Is that true? Is the bull case getting better?
Yeah, I think the bull case has been getting better for some time now.
More credible now?
Sure. And listen, with respect to the earnings this week, I think on balance, there wasn't too much to worry about. Obviously, there's a wide variety of retailers to have reported this week. Home Depot, Bath and Body Works, up and down the retail spectrum. And the talk from most of them is that there was a bit of a slowdown, and that not that there's nothing to worry about, but on balance, I don't think that anybody gave me any indication that the consumer was suddenly suffering in a meaningful way.
I'm going to take you, veer way right and say, okay, well, the other side of that question is the bear case dead? Now, how would you answer that?
No, I don't think the bear case is dead. I think this is an important conversation that doesn't get discussed enough, which is two things can be true at once. Tactical and secular, in the sense that over the course of this year, as a lot of us got a little more bullish, the idea wasn't that the bearish narrative was completely dead. It was that perhaps we were a bit early to the case. And over the course of the year, that increasingly proved to be accurate. And I think what you have to think about going into next year, as you have a stock market up in the upper double digits, and a lot of that from a performance standpoint wise driven by the 7 or 10 largest stocks, how much of that bear case that has proven not yet to have materialized is going to start to come to fruition next year, because you're starting to see a little bit of the indications that we were worried about a year ago. Credit card delinquencies are starting to normalize, move in the wrong direction. Jobless claims are starting to tick up. So there's a couple of things on which you can hang your hat to say, well, maybe we're starting to see the early inklings of the slowdown, the long-awaited slowdown. I
wonder if we're starting to see, as the bulls would suggest, the early inklings of a broader rally. As I mentioned in the opening read, right? S&P equal weight up 3% on the week. Russell's staring me right in the face here. On the week, up 5.35%. Sure. So these, other dormant areas of the market have suddenly woken up. Is it real?
Yeah, well, listen, I don't think they were dormant. Look at the home builders. They're basically back to highs. Semiconductors, as a group, basically back to highs. There are a couple of industries that you can point to say, the rally is broadening out. I'm not positive that's sufficient by itself to get me super enthused about the market, or at least more enthused than I would have been otherwise.
Well, I'm not saying by itself. That's the whole point, is that it's not by itself. It's that if you have a broadening rally, but you still have, the hot area of the market, the mega caps go up, but now you finally get some pickup from the underloved, underappreciated, and just sitting there at a much cheaper valuation than the mega caps.
Absolutely.
That's like the dream scenario for the bulls.
Yeah, listen, it's probably going to, we've seen it already, obviously. My expectation is that it probably continues into early next year. But to your point about, is the bull case dead? No, because again, the Federal Reserve raised rates by a lot, and that's presumably going to have some effects throughout the economy beyond what we've seen. And it's outlook season, if you will, from the sell side banks. And I think at this point, it seems pretty clear that the sell side is all in on the soft landing narrative. But again, some of those things that you've started to see unfold, but bear watching.
Don't you think the Fed's done? Are they saying anything that suggests otherwise?
No, yes. I think
they're like, inflation hasn't come down far enough. We still have a long way to go.
Sure, but this is the same two conversations we've been having all year. One is how much more do they have to raise? And then the second question is how long are they going to leave them up there? Those are two different conversations. Do they have to go more? I'll repeat, for the last 6 months, maybe they raise one more time, maybe they raise two more times. I don't think that really has a meaningful effect on either the broader landscape or my portfolio per se, or the universal my portfolio.